Hello, welcome back to sales polling video. Not really a lot, it's bread and butter. I want to say it's 9 for 2, let me just check. 9 for 232. So that's bread and butter. It's not super bad. So if we go with what it would be after fees of the 210, there might be an international in there. Of the 210, and even if you take out that 30%, that's still 150 even after product cost. So not that bad. That's usually what I want to make sure that I'm getting on a daily. Now I'm not steadfast. I have to get 150 net. Just 150 times 7 is 1,000, well, 1,050. I need to make sure that I'm getting 1,000 net payout a week to ensure that there's growth. There's net growth, and everything is paid for. All the bills, all the living bills, business bills, everything's paid for at 1,000 a week. And if all I got was 1,000 a week, I'd be making a little headway. Not a lot, but a little. So you need to be able to make some sort of definitive and concrete goal, not really on a daily, maybe on a weekly, on how many you want to list, what you want to be able to put out that should sell, what does sell, what you get net payouts. If you have these goals, it really amplifies your dedication to getting the pictures and getting it listed and then eventually getting it sold. Not everything will sell, but eventually. So aside of that little rant, let's go ahead and find out what they were. I have a nice little pile here of stuff that there's a couple CDs over here that need to be put away. Actually, I ran out of box. I got to number another box. And then I have a whole other stack of, I want to say, probably 30 that I got pictures of this morning, and of some stuff that I just sourced. And of that, I always look at the CDs, like I was saying in yesterday's video, that now with the resurfacer, I can afford myself to buy more disc media that would have a value to it, that even after resurfacing, I could still get something decent for it. So I bought not only the past handful of days, but the day before, actually the day that I bought the resurfacer, the next day when I went out, I was buying some stuff to just kind of see, like, well, if I get it, let's see what happens. So I have those that need to be resurfaced or buffed. I have the ones that I took down that I have already resurfaced, but they still have a condition issue that I want to run through a couple more times. So I'm going to run a stack of stuff, and then I'll just take a given day when that gets up to 25, 30, 40, however many, clean them. But some of these DVDs I was able to resurface to a good enough condition to where I can just put in the description, has like surface scuffs, has been resurfaced or something like that. So I listed 29 DVD, there's one audiobook, but 29 DVD disc media, not CDs. So all DVDs, one audiobook, 29 of them for $890. That was yesterday. Today, there's a couple real nice gem CDs in there that I'm going to get listed here in like an hour. But let's find out what these ones are. Oh, it's Constantinople. Maybe it's Istanbul. Maybe it's Constantinople. Either way, strange, because I was just watching the Y-Files, and Hecklefish does a little bit about that. But these books they've been listed for a year and a half. This one is like $40. I got this one to go along. Maybe this one's $40. I got the other one to go along with it. It just never really sold. But eventually, someone came in for an offer of $40. Take it, man. This is the Tenchi Universe. It's missing a disc. I have that in the title, in the description, and in the main listing body. If it wasn't for the missing disc, it'd still be like 35 bucks. It's missing a disc. I got 23. Fred the movie. I don't find these often, but when I do, I know it's $46. That was a good one. Rocky and Bullwinkle, 23. This is another one I had for well over a year. Since December of 2023. Don't remember where I got it. Don't remember how much I paid. Give or take a buck, two, maybe three. I got 28. A Bible DVD. Looks like it. 13. A small bread and butter item. Romancing the Stone. Just got this one maybe not even a week ago. $10.50. Selena's CD. 13. And another bread and butter Julius Caesar DVD. 13. So it's really not a long video. There's again 9 that went out for $232. So again, fairly typical, fairly average. 9 to 12 going out every day. Every once in a while there'll be a fluke day. It'll be 2 or 3 or 4. Sometimes it'll be 20 that'll go out. So it's just a matter of getting the stuff, pictures, listing. Take this, and I don't know where the disconnect is when it comes down to people that primarily want to sell on eBay and to just colloquially use a word. They don't want to work. It's still work. You're still, whatever you go out and source, you still have to bring it back to your warehouse, your storage unit, your home, your garage, your apartment, whatever. And if it's electronics, you have to test it. If it's clothing, you have to go over and over and over practically with a fine-tooth comb. If it's knickknacks and bric-a-brac and collectibles, you have to clean it up. You have to look for chips and breaks and cracks and stuff like that. No matter what, all of that is still going to take work. So I don't know why it constantly has to be emphasized over and over again that to do reselling is work. You want money, most likely, for the vast majority of people, you have to do work. I don't like the word job. Job stands for just over broke. So if I'm doing 150 a day net, 1,000 week, and I'm just making headway, if that was the case, then I would just be making a little bit of headway. Just a little bit of headway. Just making a little more net in the positive is being just over broke. I'm not living a glamorous, lavish life by all means. I drive a 2012 Fiesta, and then my wife, her truck is a 2002 Ford Escape. Now, she works at eBay's main competitor up the road from where we're at. She doesn't work for them. She works for a contractor for them. But she makes decent money for what she does. Doesn't really like it a whole lot, but makes decent money for what she does. We're not living in a $500,000 house. You know, we don't have all this lavish stuff. But if you want to make a better way or a different way of doing things, and you don't want to punch a clock, and you don't want to feel tied down and overly obligated and dictated, then do something for yourself. Watch this video. Well, if you've gotten this far, then you've been watching it and you've been listening, and I'm going to guess that that's going to cue you to maybe watch some others. Because I don't fabricate stuff. I don't conflate things. I don't embellish stuff. What I show you is what it is. I don't make up little stories and get actors to do things. I could just not make these and just continue to do what I do. This channel, for whatever it is now, making it was on one predicate to help others. I've been selling for damn near 30 years. In the past handful of years, I got into media. And I attribute that to another YouTuber who's been selling for 23 years, full time, eBay. Yeah, that guy. And I saw his inventory in his basement. Now he has a huge amount of inventory. I'm like, you know what? I go to thrift stores all the time. These stores, everywhere I go to find stuff to source before I got into media, all has media. I got the app. All you got to do is scan. So I do things a little differently. And I will make a video this Sunday that's main basis is going to be on why I buy one-off. So I'm going to a store, they have stuff on a shelf, I'm eyeballing, I pick something and I scan it. That's a one-off. Or some people call it cherry picking, which that's not cherry picking. Cherry picking is a completely different story. Cherry picking would be, I have all of these here, right? And for me, as a seller, I can take a gander, because I've been selling DVDs for a while, I can take a gander on which ones I want to absolutely have to sell. So which ones, with my experience with selling DVDs now, a couple of years, would I want to cherry pick just by knowing which ones I probably won't have to scan? So why did I pick these? One, paranormal, weird, oddity, kind of the Y-file stuff. Things like this. Yep, very, very, very niche. That's cherry picked. Kids cartoon. It's cherry picked. Now, granted, I already have a bias on this because I know it's like $30 for the two of them. I already sent out an offer and it already has like 10 views. And that was listed yesterday. Workout stuff, especially Sansone, because I've learned that Sansone stuff, especially the ultimate stuff, the ultimate multiple workouts, things like that. Yeah, and this even still has the elastic band. This is like $30. Actually, I think it's a little less. Nick Extravaganza, Nick Picks, Nick Jr., with Bill and Dora, all those compilations. I've learned throughout the years that those Nick Picks, I think Nick Picks 4. Because there's Nick Jr. Picks, whatever it is. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There may be more, but I know 4 is like $50 used. That's like 25, 30. And this is just this is a multi-disc. So that would be cherry pick. One-off is I either know by cherry picking this one, and then there's other ones that I need to pull just to scan. So that's one-off buying. So the video is going to be why I do that, as opposed to buying large bins, boxes, pallets, gaylords, whatever you want to call it. There's a handful of big reasons, and that'll be on Sunday's video. So that was kind of a little ramble rant, mainly because just the sales picking video was only like 8 minutes at the time when I saw the timer. But if you like what you saw, like what you heard, feel free to comment. Thummy thingy going upward, subscribe, share. Those are free. They only take a second. They help everybody. Appreciate it. Thank you.